Hey, what's going on, Celtics fans? Adam Kaufman here with you for a very special midweek edition of Celtics Beat. It is the offseason. We are back to our regular Sunday release time. We will have a great, lengthy chat with Matt Moore from the Action Network coming up for you on Sunday, so you do not want to miss that. Make sure you subscribe to Celtics Beat on iTunes or follow me on Twitter at Adam M. Kaufman. But the reason that I am talking to you briefly and midweek here for a Happy Hump Day Wednesday episode is because, well, I'll be honest with you, something fell into my lap, and I wanted to be able to share it with you immediately without waiting another few days. That is Daniel Theis. The Celtics big man had some time on the phone today, so chatted him up a little bit about his recovery from his injury, what a great and exciting rookie year he had, the transition from European basketball to the United States, and even some fun notes on Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving, especially what the attitude was like after their injuries and their recoveries and where things stand with everybody. So we dive into that stuff. I wanted you to be part of it. Portions of this conversation originally aired on WBZ News Radio in Boston, but the entire conversation, that is accessible here for you, the Celtics Beat audience, so I wanted you to be able to hear it firsthand in full and get all the latest from a fan favorite, Daniel Theis. So let's dive into it. Daniel, it was a great rookie year for you. How much fun did you have just transitioning to pro ball in the United States?
A lot of fun. I mean, we had a completely whole new team. Everybody expected we need some time. But we had fun and success from the get-go. So, unfortunately, I got hurt at a bad moment, but the team still made an unbelievable run in the playoffs.
Well, did it feel like everything just gelled together more quickly than expected, almost unrealistically at points? I mean, you lose Gordon Hayward opening night, Kyrie Irving 3/4 of the way through the year, you go down as well, and yet the team just keeps on plugging and finding a way.
I think especially when Gordon got hurt in the first game, everybody stepped up and probably got a bigger role. And then throughout the year, some people missed games when Al was sitting out, Kyrie was sitting out. We had, like, every game somebody had stepped up. I would say that was the biggest strength of our team also in the playoffs because everybody, when we won games, like, everybody played well. Everybody stepped up from Jason, Jalen, Terry. I think that's what, like, our successful was, like, just the whole team.
When you were sitting there on the bench as the playoffs were going along and you're watching, especially what a guy like Jason Tatum was doing as, 19, 20-year-old and continuing to open up eyes and just the comfort level he had throughout the year and into the postseason, what's this kid's ceiling? It's what people like to talk about. It's how great can he be?
I think really great. Like I say, he started with 19. He had a great, unbelievable year. Also in the playoffs, he carried the team in the most games. I'm excited to see him over the next couple of years because first year maybe he had or he maybe needed some time in the beginning, but I think his second year next year going to be even consistent over the whole year like he did in the playoffs. So I think his ceiling is really high. He can be one of the greatest players.
Do you think there's any element of, clearly in a perfect world, you guys are all healthy throughout the year and you're still playing right now maybe. That's obviously the goal. But is there any sort of silver lining, or I hate to even call it this, but blessing in disguise, the fact that, the team endures the injuries that it does, other guys are able to step up, and it gives you that much more confidence going into next year just about how good, how deep this team is and can be?
For sure. We were one win short to advance to the finals without, Gordon, Kyrie, I didn't play. And for next year, it's great for us because we could see what the team is capable of. We got everybody back. Next year, our team, our bench, going to be just deeper, and we can share minutes, we can share responsibilities in the games, and especially with Kyrie back for playoffs next year. He got a lot of experience. He won the championship, so he knows what it takes.
How tight was this group of guys?
Really tight. It was like a family because we had fun in the locker room, but everybody knew when it's time to work hard and step on the court and just be focused, locked in, and afterwards, when practice over, everybody had fun again.
Is that the personalities in the locker room? Does it filter down from Brad? How does that environment all come together?
I would say it starts on top with Danny, Brad, because they're also really calm. They know when to work hard, what they expect from the team, and I think it's reflecting the whole team. like I said, in the beginning, we were 10, 11 new guys in this group.
Mm-hmm.
We had leaders like Al, who brought the team together a couple of times just for dinner or speaking to people. Then, like I said, we just had fun playing together and winning games.
How's Brad different than any coaches you've had in the past?
He lives basketball. He's 24/7 just basketball. He's watching games when we lost the game. I think he watched the game maybe, I would say, 3-4 times again just to see every small detail, every small mistake, and every small adjustment he can make to help the team win. He's positive in like every way. Even when we lose the game, he sees positive things. But also when we watch a game on video, he says, or he's telling us what's not good and what can't happen again. But like I say, he's living basketball for 24 hours a day.
What were your expectations when you signed with the Celtics, when you came to the States? I think at the time you were this unknown to a lot of just fans over here, not obviously to the Celtics and their front office and scouting staff and everything, but it was, okay, who's this guy Daniel Theis? How's he fit in? And then all of a sudden over the course of the year, you become such a key reserve. You had some unbelievable moments throughout the year. I think a lot of people view you as having one of the great steals, one of the great contracts on this team. What did you view when you signed versus what your reality is today?
It was tough to come here with the expectation, like I said, because we had a whole new team. The goal was playing for the championship. And I mean, I know I played professional basketball for 7 or 8 years before I came here, so I knew my role, I knew my strengths, and what can I do to help the team win. So I think it was a big plus for me, just because I knew what I'm capable of to help the team win on the court. So I don't just like playing with defense and energy.
How difficult was it? Like you said, you had the 7 years of pro ball experience, but it's different from the NBA. How difficult was it to acclimate from one to the other?
I would say the games in general is faster, for sure more athletic, but at the end it's similar. It's basketball. So, just got to know the system of Brad. It took like a little bit of time because, I mean, every coach got his own philosophy and how he wants to play. But, I mean, I had no trouble to learn a system or play here. I mean, like I said, it's just a little bit faster and more athletic than basketball in Europe.
Are the guys different? Just the personalities of NBA players versus the types of guys that you're playing with in Europe? Is it a totally different culture and environment?
I wouldn't say that because I had Americans around me every year I played professional ball in Europe, so they're not different. It's just like everybody. Maybe it was our luck last year because we had a young group. Everybody wanted to win. Everybody wanted to compete and just work hard. I don't know what the locker room of other teams looked like, but I can just talk about ours, and it was great because like I said, everybody was young and just wanted to work hard and win games.
Well, you could tell you guys had fun. I mean, if a great example is you being there on the bench during the playoffs wearing a Scary Terry T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, Terry had to step up. Well, you knew you had to step up when Kyrie was out for the season. And when he got a Scary Terry shirt, I asked him to give me one. I wear it at the game. So he gave me one. I wore it at the game. I think I wore it twice. We won both games, so I probably should have worn more.
yeah, especially during Game 7, I guess. But how are you feeling at this point after the injury? How's everything going in your recovery?
It's going well. I started running this week on the AutoG, and I'm going to keep progressing over the next week. It's going to be important. I think I'm going to be on the AutoG for another 2 weeks, then I'm going to start running and everything else. I started basketball activity a couple of weeks ago, but just straight, like no jumping, standstill shooting, a little bit of ball handling.
So if you're on the AlterG, I mean, it's all. I know there were those photos going all the way back to I think maybe October or even before that in training camp. You going over to Gordon Hayward's house and sitting there in his playroom with his kids, and maybe Aaron Baines was there too. And I guess over the course of the year, I'm sure you guys became pretty close. But now you got the AlterG to talk about, I guess, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was for me the first time being on AlterG, and I don't plan to use it again after those 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, not nearly as long as him.
Yeah, but, I mean, it helps a lot. I mean, when you start running and program how much body weight you can run on, I start with 70%, so that's pretty high from the beginning. I just don't want to use it again afterwards.
Yeah. How's Gordon doing at this point?
He's doing well. Like I said, over the course of the season, we try to me and my family went over to his house a couple of times just to bring good spirit over. But in general, he was in good mood over the course of the season. Of course, he was upset and he couldn't play and he got hurt. But I think he's also just excited then for next year because he saw also what this team's capable of. And next year with him, Kyrie back, we can make a run to June, late June for next year.
Did you guys ever, over the course of the year, did you allow yourself to think about the possibility of Gordon coming back, or was it just kind of an unspoken thing and nobody wanted those expectations?
I wouldn't say we talked about it in the team because at the end it was up to him or the doctors and how his rehab is progressing. So, of course, he would have helped in the playoffs if he would be able to play and come back for maybe 10, 15 minutes. But, it was a big injury. So, and for the future, long term, was better he just takes his time for the rehab and is coming back for next season 100% instead of playing this playoff with 85%.
Are you and your fellow teammates, you counting the moments until Uncle Drew comes out so you guys can go to the theater to see Kyrie?
I've seen the trailer and everything, but I'm not sure because I'm flying home soon, so I don't know if it's coming out in Germany. I don't think so, so I have to wait until the end of July when I come back.
No, see, that's your out, so now you don't have to see it.
No, I want to see it. I've been watching over the last years every time the whole commercials, and I think it's going to be a fun movie.
How, people talk about this all the time, especially with some of the comments that Kyrie's made in the past about, flat Earth and I don't even know what else. How strange a dude is this?
I personally never talked about him with his flat Earth theory or whatever. No, he's, like I said, like everybody. He's like a really competitor. He just wants to win, and he hates losing. And he worked hard the whole season. And then, unfortunately, when he got hurt with his knee again, he was really upset. But when he was at the games, sitting on the bench with me and also Shane, he had fun. And also every halftime, he told the team how much fun he had watching the team, how they fight, how they play, how they compete.
Was it really hard for him not being able to play, especially against LeBron there in the conference finals?
I never asked him, but I would say yes. Maybe not just this series, but the whole playoffs just not be able to play. But I think he's also thinking about the long term. So for next year, same like Gordon, or because they know how much fun we can have next year and make a late run in June.
I know you've got to run in a moment. The Celtics, obviously, they're joining the Peace Love Foundation and at a school in Malden, Mass. today. You're there to celebrate the 2018 Give and Go program after students worked for 10 days to increase their physical activity. You're there to help honor the students. How much do you like getting out in the community and getting involved with everybody?
I like it. It's fun just to give people a little thing back. And also kids, when we as players go in there, have some fun with them, play games, play some basketball, do some activity, or just answer some question they wanted to ask a Celtics player ever. So it's just fun to be here with kids in general, not just this event, but in general, being with the community.
What are you going to say if the kids ask you if you're going to win a championship next year?
I would say we would try, and I hope yes.
That's obviously the goal. Well, just make sure nobody challenges you to a race on an Ultra G machine. I don't know if the kids are ready for that.
Maybe then I change and make them shoot some Sensei breeze. I'm pretty good at this right now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Daniel Theis, Celtics big man, great to catch up with you here for a little bit. I know you got to run to the event, but thank you a lot for taking some time, and hopefully we'll catch up down the line.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So there you go. Daniel Theis, hopefully the first of many Celtics players that will join us here on Celtics Beat over the course of the entire offseason. We are only just getting started, and again, a jam-packed show coming up for you on Sunday that you do not want to miss. tons of insights from Matt Moore on what the Celtics are going to do this offseason, what they should do this offseason, how much money Marcus Smart could realistically command. Is Kyrie Irving, following up on that conversation with Mike Gorman from last week with Evan Valenti, will Irving be back for the long term with Boston? And Terry Rozier, are they shopping him? Mo Bamba, realistic in the draft. How do we look at all of these things? How do we view this Celtics team going forward from what they just accomplished, all kinds of injured, into what they should look like healthy? It's not as simple as it may seem. Subscribe to Celtics Beat on iTunes, and of course, leave us ratings, leave us comments. We like to hear from you. It's going to be a great show, a fun one, and just a few days away. You should get the notification come Sunday, but if not, go to iTunes. You will find it right there, or follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet it out plenty, at Adam M. Kaufman. Thanks to Daniel Theis. Thanks to you. Thanks to all the guys that kick these shows out, and we'll talk to you again in a few days.